Last session we have learnt what are the basic concepts of the business and what are the characteristics it will come under the business. So in this session we will learn the difference between business, profession and the employment. Here we will see the differences between the business and the profession and the employment. So business is different from the profession and profession is different from the employment. Already I have taught you what is the business. So the word business means busy. So the business means busy. So here all the business and all the worker women's or worker men's will be in their own busy schedules and the profession. So profession is the different. ಸೊ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎನಿ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ದು, ನೀವು ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ employment means if you go with any companies means they will also ask uh, they will also ask the basic certificate. So basic qualification what you have studied. So they will ask the basic qualification under the employment and under the profession. So in the business they will not ask any required qualifications, means any basic qualification they don't need under the business. So in under the profession they need a certain business, sorry, certain qualification and certain certificates in the professions. And employment also they want a certificate and all. The return of reward in the business means it is a profit earning process. So here the business is with the profit earning process, and under the professional means certain professional fees. It will they will give a certain professional fees structure in the professional period. In the employment they will give a salary or an wages. They will give a certain salaries or a certain wages in the employment process. Certain classification of an business activities. So first is an industry. So in industry we can see a primary industry and a secondary industry. So in primary industry we can see a two groups they have divided: extractive in extractive industry and the genetic industry. So in the secondary secondary industry, again we will see two main groups, that is manufacturing and the construction. So we are going into the classification of a business activities. In that activities firstly means the mainly we can see a industry. So first in industry we can see a primary activity and a secondary activity. In that primary activity we can see a two main topics: extractive activity and the genetic activity. In the secondary activity we can see another two main groups, that is manufacturing and the consumption. We saw the industry in the classification of an business activities. In that we are seeing the industry. So industry means it is also an economic activity which is concerned with the useful goods and the services. So industry is also an economic activities. So it is concerned with useful goods and the services. In the industry means it is a resources of a production of living organisms or an a mining of iron ore, or the process of raw materials, or an a manufacturing, or an a genetic, in all these the forms of an industry. So in industry, the primary activities have they have given. So the primary activities, it is an included resources or a production of living organisms or an plants. So in that we can see a extractive and a genetic form. So extractive means it is a production of a resources. So certain resources we will do a calculations of an certain resources of an in the extractive form. In the genetic means, you have already know what is the genetic means ನಮ್ಮ genes ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ, so that is an genetic. By birth they have given the formations of the industry in the business. In the by birth only the business is doing a genetic in the genetic form. So in the secondary we can see a mining or process of the raw material. So it is also an so it is also an business activity. So primary and the secondary also an basic business activities. So in the secondary activities we can see a mining of iron ore or a processing of raw materials. So in that manufacturing, so manufacturing is also will come under the business activities, and the construction of the buildings and the construction of in any other forms we can see in a business activities. I have learned two main topics in under the industry. So first one is a primary, and second one is secondary, and third one is a tertiary. So the word meaning only is saying a primary, secondary, and the tertiary. So in the tertiary we can see another main topic is commerce. So you all know what is commerce. So commerce is a necessary process between the consumers and the production. So it is and the link between the product, the business is doing a links between the producers and the consumers. So it is the main goal to maintain of their goods and the services. So here the commerce is doing a process of, and it is a necessary process. So it is and doing a necessary process between the producers and the consumers. So the main process is to maintaining for the goods and the services. So this main intention is to maintain the certain goods and the services to do a business or to do a certain business activities. So these are the classifications of the business activity. Coming to the next part, that is trade and auxiliaries to trade. So here trade is an it is an part of an commerce also. So trade is an part of an commerce, and it is also an a part of an business activities. Here trade is an producers of an exchange of goods and services. Here the trading process are all doing under a large scales. The trading is the word that the trading is refers only the it is doing goods and services products in the large scale manner only. Here the auxiliaries to trade is an also a part of a business activity. So it will give a assist to do what we have what the trade have to do. So it will give a assist to the trade. So it is giving a assist to the trade to do a certain goods or to do a certain such a things in the activities topics. So we can see the five main topics they have given in the auxiliaries. So first one is transport and communication. So you all know what is transport. If we do a certain goods means we have to do in a transportation forum. So one goods ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಅ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ transportation, and the main is communication. So if we doing the business ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ mainly the communication between the consumers and the customers and the what is you mean the customers and the consumers is the must and should. The communication between both buyers and the sellers is the most important in the transport and the communication forum. So next is banking and finance. So if we do or if we start a business means banking process is main. So if they are giving or we are getting a good business means they will give a certain amounts, no. So in that process we have to do a certain banking and finance in this process. So next is insurance. If we get a more profit means we will do a insurance for a in a trading. So here the goods should be in a continuous forum. We should do a business in a continuous forum. If we are doing a business or if we are doing a certain trade means if we have to do in a continuous forum. So advertisement and public relations. So here the advertisement part is more and most important in the trading topic. So if we do a business means we have to do a advertisement. Advertisement is first and ಮೇನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಟ್ರೇಡಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ನಾವಿವಾಗ ಹೊಸ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೇಳೋದು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸಿಂಗ್. ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಡೂ ಆನ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ business means we can do a business or we can get a more profit in the trading purpose. So these are all the auxiliaries to trade. So these are all the main topics in the auxiliaries of the trade. So first one is transport and the communication, banking and finance, insurance, warehouse, and the advertisement and the public relations.
Like, share, subscribe.